Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. And when last we left off, we just encountered a trapped chest, and managed to get some flame root oil from it, which is nice, but we're kind of running out of space in a major way. And I mean a major way. We have all of these, things here that have been taking up space here and there, and I really should think about getting rid of a couple of these arrows, because really we're not using them. In fact, I could actually just move those ones to you and then put these down. You know what? I'm going to put these down, all of them, and you can have that. There we go. This saves one space of inventory for you. Still means we don't have much space, but we do have a little more space. Now, let us head up to Lyton. We've been warned that there are a bunch of people by Lyton that are guarding the entrance in and demanding extortionate amounts of money. So we're probably going to have to fight them. Also, there's this bit of road between Sethanon and Lyton that we haven't yet explored that I should probably check out. But first, we're going to head this way. Follow the path. A bird shot into the sky. Searching the landscape for the source of the animal's discomfort, Gorath whispered, "I think we might do well to pay attention to that little creature. Whatever startled it may be close at hand. If we continue in the direction we are currently headed, I suggest we do so with great caution." Party scouting ability is increased, which tells me there's combat in our future. Now you have 52%, and you have 36%, which is nice. Also, you don't need haggling selected. Oh, you don't. And you need these things selected, because we're about to get into some combat. And you know how much we love combat. We do not love combat, but we'll deal with it anyway. Our inventory certainly doesn't like combat. Let's move forward. They were being watched. Unsure where their observers were located, James wheeled about just as a figure emerged from behind the trees. And by a figure, you mean 4. Right. You can have at the here. You have a crossbow. You have a crossbow, but you hit your friend. You can attack there. You're going to attack this one, so that... Oh, so we can take you out in one hit. That's nice. Nice little attack there. A miss there. Ha-ha! That was less than impressive, but what can you do? I'll tell you what we can do. We can... Oh, you're on the run. You're trying to flee. No thank you. You don't get to run. Now, what I want to do here is cast a spell with you, and that is, not there. Skin of the Dragon. Feel like you need a little bit of protection here. Let's give you a bit more armor. And you can keep attacking this one. Who falls? Now that would have hit, but instead it missed, because extra armor. So let's have you attack some more. You can rest a bit. Oh, you're getting hit a bit, that's fine. 51 damage there. A miss. These Nighthawks working for Delicom. Tricky foes. Tricky foes. Right, you should actually do some resting as well. And actually, you should too. We should just rest a bit. Get all of our health back. You're back to full. You're not back to full yet. So you can just defend for a bit. And defend for a bit more. Get some more. Okay, you're now back to full. Okay, so defend. Have at thee! That was not much have at thee, was it? It really wasn't. Okay, your armor's gone, but we won. James's abilities have increased. What abilities are these? Ooh, defense and melee accuracy. You're finally at the 50% mark, which is awesome. Okay, 4 bodies. What's on them? Rations. I mean, I can take some rations, actually. We can take some rations. So, you take 3. You take 2. And you take 2. You also have some True Sight tea, which can go to you. You also have some poisoned bolts, which makes me very glad that you didn't hit. And you have some armor and stuff. Right, let's look at what everyone else has first. You have more poison bolts. Wow. Okay, we have now a full stack of poisoned bolts. I'm not doing great with the whole keeping our inventories clear malark, am I? More poisoned bolts. And, ooh, okay, a Gilder's passkey. Not going to say no to that. Not going to say no to 20 sovereigns either. Realistically, do I want to keep this flame root? I don't need this much flame root oil. Probably not. Let's go back to the bodies. Fix everything up, because it's a great way of sorting out your... Also, someone reminded me that I really should be using the Aventurine on the crossbows to fix them up. Because that will also improve our weapon craft. So we've done that. Keeping the armor here for now. I'm keeping the armor here for the time being. Another crossbow. That is another bit of fixing up that I can do. Get that to 99%. And another sword, which you can absolutely fix up as well. Yep, still that. Also, every use of this gets it that much closer to freeing up an inventory space. You can actually carry a second sword. So I'm going to have you carry another sword. And you're carrying that. There's another sword that we can work on. Starting to wonder whether I should actually bring the swords with me, because honestly, the swords aren't worth a lot of money anymore. They're only worth like a couple of sovereigns. Not sure if I should, but either way, we can make our way over to Lightham. Let's make our way over to Lyton as quickly as we can. Maybe there's a store in Lyton where we can actually sell some things. It's just to the north. Just to the north. I have to remember where those bodies are. There's also this here. James pushed open the door. "Looks like this used to be an inn of some kind," he said, "but it would appear this place was abandoned some time ago. That's a shame, but what can you do?" There's also a path leading there. Let's, Oh, there is a house here. Standing in front of the intricately carved door, Owen stepped forward. "These are magic symbols," said the magician. "Carved, no doubt, by magic means." "Nope, just a regular knife." The figure of a small elderly man followed the disembodied voice around the edge of the house. "I was out back tending to some chores. You're right about the symbols being magic, though. Carved 'em there myself. Name's Flower Wigan." Thrilled to be in the presence of another magician, Owen smiled and said, "It would have been easier to do it magically, Flower. I suspect you're right about that. But I'm not a magician. No, it was my brother who had the gift. Died a couple years back." The old man stared solemnly at the door for a moment, then suddenly cheerful said, "Left behind a magic well, his legacy. It's guarded by a pretty nasty spell. Give you a good jolt unless I turn it off. You head on over to the well and I'll give you a drink. It'll fix you right up and set you back only 25 sovereigns. "All right." The protection spells off, boys. Though he claimed he wasn't a magician, Fla had a knack for appearing out of nowhere. Gotta keep it on to ward off animals and freeloaders, you know. With several sweeps of his hand, he motioned them forward. "Come on, don't be afraid. The water in this well will fix you right up. Only 25 sovereigns. Want to give it a try?" "Sure." The healing water was obviously starting to have some effect. Fla leaned in closer. "Feels pretty good, don't it? You'll be right as rain in no time. Thanks for the patronage, boys." With a wave of his gnarled hand, he headed back to his house. What did that do? Oh, we are fully healed! That's pretty good. I mean, it's more expensive than an inn, but it's pretty good. Okay, is this Lyton? Have we made it to Lightham? Yes, this is Lightham. Okay, we have made it to Lightham. Good news. Yay, Lyton! Let's, have a look around. James pushed the door open. The place is abandoned, Gorath said, looking around the room. Maybe the occupants left something behind we can use. Let's have a look. Oh boy, a whetstone! You know what? I'm good. I don't need that. Gorath was about to knock on the front door when he heard a strange roaring sound coming from inside the house. It lasted for several seconds, stopped, and then it began again. What in the name of Ishop? Gorath stood with his ear cocked to the door. Suddenly realization dawned, and with a smile he turned to leave. Owen gave him a puzzled look. We're leaving? It sounds like a wild beast in there. Perhaps you should see if there's anyone inside in need of assistance. I'm afraid even if you were a master magician like Pug, you couldn't cure a snore like that. Come on, let's allow him sleep. Oh, it's snoring! Oh, that's amazing. Okay. James looked around the small barn. Judging by the variety of livestock, he guessed it was a community property, perhaps owned by the citizens of Lyton. He poked around for a few minutes, then said, Nothing of much interest here. Let's move on. Okay. James knocked, and almost immediately there was a sound of frantic movement inside the house. Then silence. He knocked again. Nothing. Hello? Silence. Is anybody there? We are weary travellers and seek only a moment of your time and perhaps a drink of water. James waited patiently for a moment, then said sternly, Look, we know you're in there. We heard you moving about. Finally, with the door still closed, the man replied weakly, We know who you really are. We will have the rest of the taxes as soon as we get the money. No amount of arguing or explaining could convince the man of the truth. The door remained closed. James hesitated. We've been here before, he said. I don't see what purpose would be served by us visiting this place again. Okay, shop. This place is abandoned. Oh, there's no store here. Huh. James sniffed. Stepping just inside the tavern's doorway, he detected the faint but familiar scent of... it's a tavern. Okay, it's the wayside. You know what taverns mean. That's right. Barding. We're totally gonna bard. Also, I've had your lockpick, ticked for quite a while. Shouldn't have had that ticked. First things first, the wayside. Conversation within the room halted briefly as James pushed his way inside the room, returning a nod from a rough-looking pair of mercenaries who otherwise seemed engaged in a dispute over a lost bet. Owen played. His fingers slid easily over the lute's fingerboard as he moved between chords of This Kingdom Mine, the notes filling him up as well as guiding him forward. Quietly, he began to sing the refrain. This kingdom mine, with my blood I've paid, to guard against all who oppose her. That was beautiful. 110 sovereigns. Excellent. James motioned to the man across the room. Sometimes I come to this place to drink and gab. Sometimes I come to gab. Today, he's just come to drink. Nothing here. Ooh, that's some interesting dialogue. The man ordered dinner. After a half-hearted attempt to resume the previous conversation, the man had asked to be left alone. Oh, he's talking about a Keshian knife there. I thought it was different dialogue. It wasn't. James asked for company. Smiling at them, the man eagerly accepted the offer of fellowship and told a number of tales about his works for Lord Lyton. Unsure what in the man's manner inspired his trust, James responded likewise by telling him a few details of their trip to Romney, though omitting the specifics about Gorath's part in things. I don't envy you that, the man said, waving his hands. I'd not be heading anywhere near the river, not for no amount of silver, not me. Why is that? James asked. Awful troubles there. The Guild of Romney and the River Pullers Guild are as good as at war. If you ask me, some bloke down Sildon way is trying to stir up things. I've heard he's even got a few sneaks that are posing as members of the other guilds, even carrying forged guild seals. Saw a group of them with Max Feber, the greedy goit out west of here. When the man excused himself to go answer nature's call, James pondered for a moment the things he had learned. While it seemed wildly improbable that the events that were going on around them were somehow connected, he had seen the plots of Mermandamus previous to the last uprising, and those circumstances left him jaded. It made him none the more comfortable that he was now escorting a former ally of that Mordhelm master. So there's the inn. We don't want to go to the inn. Barding went up, though, because barding would. Okay, 31%, 42%, and that being at 100. Marvellous. So that and that, that and that, Ooh. James knocked on my door. Ah, doesn't seem like there's anyone about. Also, there is a farm here. Huh. Farm up there. Also, it's getting a little dark. We'll let time pass. How do I get to the farm? Oh, just like that. That's how I get to the farm. The corn was too young. Discarding the ear he had picked, James shrugged his shoulders. Eating this would just make us sick. Let's move on. I was actually clicking this. A servant met them at the door. She ushered them inside and led them to a partitioned corner of the room. Pulling back the curtain, she revealed a gangly man with a white beard and snow-grey hair who introduced himself as Lord Lyton. "Please forgive my humble accommodations," he sighed. "My financial situation has been compromised by the death of my lord, Earl Presser of Romney." Suddenly he brightened. "Perhaps you fine gentlemen would be willing to assist me in a small matter." "What can we do to help you?" asked James. The lord sighed again. "I was to equip 6 knights and send them to Romney for my former lord, but his holdings were bestowed on his half-brother following his death, and he wishes me to deliver 12 fully equipped knights to Malek's Cross. If you could bring me 6 suits of kingdom armour in good condition, I would be able to get rid of those annoying tax collectors who've been travelling the roads terrorising people and extorting money. I wouldn't actually expect that you would have that sort of thing with you." "You don't, do you?" James made a face. "It isn't exactly the sort of thing we would carry about with us as a rule." "Of course not," Lyton replied, showing them to the door. "But please, see what you can do." "Right, we need suits of kingdom armour. 6 of them. That's a lot of carry space. So we actually want to dump stuff off, I think. What can we discard? I mean, we can put all this stuff in here right now. There isn't enough room for it. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate, because I found nowhere to sell these swords. To be fair, the swords aren't worth very much. They're really not. So you know what? We're actually going to, for this quest, drop stuff on the floor. Like, that's enough for 1 suit of kingdom armour. Can I dump them off piecemeal? This is actually a question. Can I dump off the armour piecemeal? If I give him a suit of armour, will he then, like, take it off my hands and then I can, like, go and get more? Like, this is the question. Can I do it like that? Can I get 1 piece of armour and then another piece of armour and then, like, just hand them off in that manner? I hope so. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, that was this building that we found that was abandoned. So let's go back and get those Nighthawk bodies that are here, that have just spawned in. So, we'll grab a suit of kingdom armour here. That's 1. And you're just carrying a piece of rope. You really don't need to carry that rope. Honestly, put this down, put that down, and... you just need to put 1 thing somewhere. If we put this down... Oh. We don't dare put... I don't think we dare put anything on this body, he said. Anything more, and there's a good chance our tampering will be detected. Okay, so we can't do anything there. Right. So, put this here. Oh, we can't put anything else on you. Okay, what about you? Can I... No. Okay. Am I just clicking the wrong body? Okay, you. Can I put this on you? Yes, I can. Okay. So, this then means that you can have this, which means we can carry another suit of kingdom armour. Also, we can carry these rations now. Oh, that is me accidentally clicking the wrong thing. These are not poisoned? Nope, not poisoned. Okay. I'm curious as to if we can, like, just carry and, like, hand over armour bit by bit. Because that'd be nice. Also, we're just dropping swords and random things that would otherwise be valuable, but truthfully, we're not going to need them. Also, our armor craft is not great. We should actually have you fix these. He did say he wanted them in good condition, so let's get to fixing. Ding, ding, ding. Put this on here. Pass this over. You can fix this one. Give you that back. Not there. Put this here. Ding, ding, ding. Give that back. Grab this. So now we have 3 suits of kingdom armor. So I'm curious as to if I can bring this back. So let's just quickly whiz over here and see if I can bring these to... bring these over. Like, will he accept the 3 that I have? Also, while I'm thinking about it, let's use the spell to illuminate the sky. It's here, I think. Stardusk. There we go. Everything's blue! Will you take these 3? I hope so. May we speak with the Lord of the Manor? I'm sorry, he's sleeping. You'll have to come back in the morning. Okay, we have to come back in the morning. That's fine. It's morning. You haven't brought the armor I requested for you? It's like, please don't return without them. Oh, so we need to bring all 6. Right, we need to bring all 6 suits of armor. So we need to make a lot more space. Oh, we need to make a lot more space. Or we just need to find more suits of armor. Let's see if we can find more suits of armor. You'd think there'd be those people that are, you know, like, demanding taxes around somewhere. But we haven't found them. Huh. Well, when we come back, folks, we have 3 suits of armor, but clearly we need to bring more suits of armor. Hopefully this will be worth it, because we are really overburdened with our inventory, and hey, if nothing else, this could actually clear out some space. Just drop some things we don't require at all, and then have tons of space to carry things in the future. At least that's the hope. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then, for we are grabbing armor for a quest that hopefully will be worth it. Fingers crossed. Later.